Hi guys, so in this video I would like to show you how to fill or how to pre-batch a keg with a cocktail. And so I have here a 10-liter keg, so size doesn't matter. And first step you need to do is to pre-pressurize the keg. Okay, so I've set it already up. Here's the gas inlet, and it's connected to the CO2 bottle. I set it to 3 bar, and then the liquid side is closed, and then we just fill it. So like 3 bar. 3 bar is a good value. And you will hear it when the gas goes in. I hope that everything is tight here. So we need, the reason we do this is because we need some counter pressure when we fill in the liquid, that the liquid is not going into an unpressurized environment. There it would, let's say, degas very quickly, a lot of foam. So I just pressurize it a little bit, and then we have it like an isobar filling. So okay. So 3 bar is no problem for any keg. Now this is finished. As you can hear, there's no gas floating anymore. I disconnect it here. And now I reconnect the gas to the carbonation system, to the ASB-Carbo. And now we need a pressure here of around 7 bar. Or 8 bar, doesn't really matter. And so the gas side, I leave it connected like this, because here I control the filling speed through opening the gas side. Okay, so now we are connecting the liquid. Before connecting the liquid, we have to make sure the system is ready to dispense, or the system is filled with the spirit, and let's say the first liters I will dump in the first liter I will dump into a bin. In the menu here, when you start with something, it's always good to go in to go in the service, make a flush and vent operation. So this will degas the system, and you can also see that it's taking in the liquid to the point where you're ready to fill into the keg. So this is what we do now. I say flush and vent, and here I open it a bit, and then we can see that it's priming the cocktail here. In this case, it's not a real cocktail. I took some syrup, some soft drink, and now we already have it here on the line. The system is also degassed. So I close it here again, and I go back and I check the settings. So this is like 5.5 gram per liter. This is my target CO2 concentration for the soft drink. You can go higher or lower, it's up what you want. And as a target pressure, it's 5.5 bar. But this is an absolute pressure, so in relative pressure, it's 4.5 bar. Remember, we have filled the keg with 3 bar CO2 pressure. And here we have a small piece which is a pressure reducer, an inline pressure reduction system. It reduces anything to 4 bar, right? So 4 bar relative pressure. Here we have 3 bar, here we have reducing to 4 bar, and here we have in the system 5.5, but this is 4.5 relative pressure. Good, okay, now I take the keg coupler, and the filling of the keg is through the liquid line. So the liquid line is where the tubing goes to the bottom. This is the line where you should fill it, because you need to de-vent, and this happens where the tube is only going to the top piece. Not fill through the gas side, fill through the liquid side. So I connect it here. I still have it closed. So we go here in start. So now system is in carbonation mode in operations. and I open it here. And so after a while, so what happens now, it's filling in liquid, the pressure will go up here to the 4 bar that is coming through this pressure reducer, okay? Then the system will stop because we have a pressure equilibrium. You should always have a look here at the tank inside. If it's getting, there should be also always some liquid in this circulation tank. If this is too empty, you're a bit overdriving the system. Also, here it's probably not so important, the filling speed, as long as the ratio correct. But always have an eye on the circulation tank that it's not getting too empty. Then you reduce the speed. So here we can see the flow rate. We are running at the moment with 1.2 liters. So we are still filling, and here is our pre-batched soft drink, uncarbonated. That's a 10-liter tank. When this is empty, it's in the keg, okay? So now, system has stopped running because we also have reached the target pressure here. What I do now is opening it here. Okay, pressure is dropping now, gas is going out, and the system is pushing the liquid. So it's filling up, the gas is going out, and the carbonation system is refilling it with carbonated cocktail. So I slow it a little bit, or even stop it, because the tank is quite empty. So that's how much we have it in the system now. What can happen in the screen? If the carbonation level is not right, it will bring up a yellow alert message. If something else severe happens, there might be a red or orange alert, but as long as here is a black screen, everything is fine, right? So now I open it again. Here we can always see how much product we have taken out. And that's more or less doing it by itself, right? So flow rate here, we are now on 2.5 liters. I would generally recommend go with something, try to achieve kind of a flow rate of something like 2 liters. And the pressure in the keg will be filled to 4 bar now, which is coming through this pressure reducer reduction item here, inline pressure reducer. So what would happen if we overfill the keg? In this case, if we would, let's say, you have more liquid than fits into the keg, at a certain point the liquid will spill out on the gas side, right? So that's nothing severe. Just I try to avoid it, having this flash. You might ask why you have to pre-pressurize the keg with CO2 pressure. I would generally recommend CO2 as an inert gas. It reduces the amount of oxygen, of air inside, but in principle you could also pre-pressurize with compressed air. So, not so much left here. I would say we are almost done. Maybe you can put a scale below the keg, make it Tara, and then you can weigh the amount of liquid that you have filled in, just to be sure how much has been in. Okay, so I stopped the filling process. The keg probably is not that 100% empty, but I will stop the carbonation now. And in the next step, we're gonna connect the keg to a dispenser, and we verify also with a CO2 meter how much carbonation is in it. Okay. So what I forgot to mention is how do I stop the filling process? You just go here, press the back button 2 times, and then now the pump will not run anymore. Okay. So and now we can disconnect everything. The keg was almost filled up, and we've connected the keg now to a contact 60 dispenser from Lindner. And so for let's say for operations of dispensing a keg, we need to pressurize the gas side. I've connected here the bottle again. We are running it now with 4 bar. It can be 3 bar as well, it doesn't matter. The higher the pressure, if it's connected for a while, it will carbonate up again. But let's say for the initial, for a fast takeout, it doesn't really matter as long as you are above the saturation point of the CO2. So here now, let's say gas is pressurized. We are with 4 bar. Liquid is open. It's connected here to a contact 60. Cooling is still running, and that's how it's dispensing. I mean, I've taken out this before, right? So it's like a soft drink. It's an orange lemonade, but it could be an Aperol Spritz or whatever, any kind of cocktails. We are having 2 taps here installed because I want to compare if the flow result is also how good it happens, how good it can be achieved with 2 in the different taps. Something we will investigate in another video clip. So that's pretty good. So the question is now, how cold is it? Feels pretty cold, I have to say. There we are at 6 degrees. A bit too cold maybe, but it's quite good. I just stop it here now. I want to avoid that it's freezing. There's not much experience with that now. So the question is, how much CO2 is it now? We have carbonated with 5 gram. We have here a CO2 meter, a CO2 analyzer, a Carbo QC. And we've hooked it up before and checked the CO2 result. Something you cannot do at home, but you have to trust the system. And we've measured the CO2 concentration of the keg content, and we are at 5.44 gram CO2. That's pretty good. So the way it's done, you simply press the button. So let's wait for the result. Okay. 5.47. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, see you guys.